Hey everyone, this is Satora. I'm on my couch today hosting this live with a good friend of mine, my sister, my family, Mekah. I think she's going to be joining soon. I hope so. And before we start, I can talk about her a little bit. We met last June, and she just immediately grabbed my attention with her work. Hey, Deanna. And oh, I see everyone. Hey, Paul. Thanks for joining. Sorry, I'm on my couch today and I'm not as perky. For some reason, I had this headache going on, so it's been a bit of a mess today. Hi, Dulce. So today we're going to talk to Mecca. She is an incredible artist, a poet. Let me rise up a little bit. A poet, and she writes from the heart. I can't describe her work otherwise. All of her poetry, I think, comes from a very deep place. And I was fortunate to see the process. She stayed at my house for about 6 months last year with her two boys, and just circumstances worked out that way that she needed a place to stay, and I had a spare bedroom. So I was fortunate. Hey, Anna. I was fortunate to see her process and see how she works. She definitely just writes from the deeper place, and I see her, sometimes I would see her just with her notebook writing, and those are amazing. Oh, here she is. She's coming in. So those are the amazing moments I cherish because I was able to see the process of an artist working through. So here she is. I'm going to add her. I think it's connecting. So and I'm so excited to share her work with you guys today, and for you to listen to those words. She had to say hello, Mama.
Oh, hold on, I'm at the family house, one of them, because I don't have internet at mine, so I had to come get the hookup. Hold on, whoops.
That's okay.
Hi. Here's Azra.
Hi, Azra. Hi, baby. How are you?
Good.
Oh, Ori, I miss you both so much. Oh,
Lou,
someone
where's
says, Arusha. I'm sorry if I mispronounced the name. You're an amateur poet. Send us your work. We would love to see it. I think her thing is Lordy. Yeah, send us your work and we'll talk. We'll feature as well. So, are you back? You're in Milwaukee?
I'm in Milwaukee. Yeah, I got back from Nashville on Monday. Or, no, not Monday. Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. I'm going to sit in the kitchen. And you might hear lots of children.
That's okay. Yeah, we know how it is.
Yes.
I miss the babies though.
I know.
Yes, Dulce, you can send us your work and send us more information. We would love to work with you. Hey. So I want to talk. I know that the kids are there, and you know it's all right. We can work through this.
Okay.
But first, I kind of want to talk about art as healing because I think it's going to be a theme. I have another artist tomorrow. She's going to be joining, and she went through a similar process as you did in life and similar experiences, but and art also sort of raised her and just gave her more power, and and she also admires your work, so I think she might be painting you too, so I'm not sure, but I know that she's very connected to you. She feels connected. So tell me how it all started for you, like what happened in your life and what made you to start express yourself and then have all this body of work that you have right now.
Okay, well, hello everyone watching. I'll say that first. Thanks for holding this space for me. I love you. So I started, I guess I will say that I just had an early love of literacy. I've been reading since I was 3. My mom taught me and my 3 other siblings, all by the time we were 3, how to read. And so I've been writing since I was 4. And and I also grew up in the church. And, you know, they didn't let me sleep during the service, but I could always have a notebook. And so I just grew up like writing and being inside my own thoughts, especially during, you know, church services. Because I was like, a lot of times I would pay attention to the messages and like take notes. But that's how I started. And then like, I grew up in a family that, even for growing up in the 90s, we like, you know, my parents would let us watch like one movie per like weekend night, but like during the week we couldn't watch TV, like nothing. But I could always do crafts, I could always read. So I've always like kind of escaped in a way, or been able to have my own space, even with a big family, like a family of 6. I could still be in my own world reading a book or just having a notebook. And so I kept all those notebooks. I'm also like a collector. I just like love things, well, that I can like use to create art later. But I've kept all the notebooks I ever wrote in. And then when I connected with you last year, then I finally had the space to compile my poems. So that's how I wound up with all of this work. That's like, it just like, you know, goes through the different processes that I've gone through, and like, but I can like see it and touch it. So it's pretty amazing, and I love that I can like share it now.
Yeah, before you joined it, I was telling that I was fortunate to see your process. It's almost like this rare opportunity to see an artist's work, and you know, sort of behind the scenes. And I did say, you know, that I do think that your work, I always said that your poetry comes from a very, very deep place, that somehow you can tap into that deeper sense of yourself and your life and everything that you experienced and your ancestors experienced. Hey, baby. And then you can, and I see you writing, you know, just you're almost, you're not there,
Right.
you're transported in some way. Does that feel like the same for you when you actually do it?
Yes. I think too, like when you talk about connecting to my ancestors, it's interesting. When I started learning about like the history of the written tradition as opposed to like the history of the oral tradition, and then like how I've been able to connect both of them. So I love like performance too, because that's like the oral way. But I mean, I'm just, my mind's like stuck on the art as healing part.
Yeah. So did it work for you? I mean, art is healing. Like, do you actually think that it sort of healed parts of yourself as you expressed it?
Yes. I write every day, and I don't always like journal, you know, sometimes it's like a to-do list or whatever, but I always, one of the movies I was allowed to watch when I was younger was this like, it was called The 10 Commandments, and it was like a 3-hour movie about like Moses and Egypt and all that. And I just remember so strongly that like Ramses would say, "So let it be written, so let it be done." And like, I definitely use writing to just like process and express, yes, but I also use it as like a manifestation tool. And I've been telling people too recently, even I use Instagram as like a manifestation tool because it's image, video, and it's word. You know what I'm saying? I can just see myself in process, and I can just go back however long I've been using that platform and like see my progress. Even, you know, there's ways that no one else will ever know, but I can see it, you know. And so that's all that it's really ever been for me, is that it's like, yeah, a way to process and express, and then also go back and read. Ooh, Dracula. Go back and read and like see how far I've come. And so now it's to the point though where I can like share that with other people, and reflect on my own process, and like how what I write helps me to create my life, and just like stay in tune with myself, so yeah, it's what's the word? It's irreplaceable, really, like in my life when it comes to like, yeah, healing power for sure. It's definitely
And
very
I
powerful.
love that you express yourself more than just with just words. Or it could be words that sort of transform into art. Even your collage sort of it includes
Yes.
words, but then you take other visual mediums like photography or photos you take or different pieces you find around you in your environment, and then you create even more with that. Um, can you talk about that part of your creative process, and how does that, like, how is that born? Because I've seen your collage, I've seen what you can do, and I just like you could just sit there and do it. Like, can you talk about that process?
Yeah. Well, collaging I've been doing for a long time too, because it's just cut and paste. And when I discovered Mod Podge, I was like in love, because it just seals everything so nicely. But my process with collage is pretty simple. Like I said, I'm a collector, so like every time I'm at the store, outside, in a community center, whatever, like I always grab free literature. Like all the time, like it doesn't matter what city I'm in, I'm always like, yep, I'm gonna take business cards, brochures, anything, I'll take it. And so I have like now in my little cottage, I have a basement, which is my studio now, and I have all of my things like in one space. And so I'm like, wow, I have a lot of paper. But that's what I use, you know what I'm saying? And I have magazines and, like even at the grocery store, though, like that I go to, Outpost, they have like, hey, if you're hungry, but you don't need that blade, sir. My child's right here. I'm like trying to cut up a green banana. Let go. Okay. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to like it, but that's fine.
So he wants a banana.
Right. Yeah, but he's trying to cut it with this.
Oh no.
Right. Because he was allowed to cut up an orange earlier with supervision, but I'm not supervising right now.
But now.
But I'm right next to him, so he's like, I think this is good. I think I can do this.
I miss my troublemaker.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh, and he's potty trained now.
Oh, nice. Good work, Mama.
Right. Yeah, the quarantine was good for us in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Potty trained during quarantine.
Right, quarantine.
Perfect.
So I'm a collector. I have a lot of paper, and when I get in the spirit, like I need to express, but I don't really want to like free write or whatever. I literally divide my when I like go through magazines, I just cut up 3 different things. I use space, so that's like I'll just show you the front cover of this is my 4-volume collection of poetry. So like space, which is something that's like this, so it's like a background, and I layer that first, and I have like a whole envelope of like space that I've cut out, and then I use like images, so that's people's hands or like any what I'm saying, anything that you could find, like even here's another example, the back cover of my first volume. So like this, like I always have little, like this is a little piece of paper, the guy schlocked me. This was from what magazine is it? It's called Mother Jones, and this is from, I think this is like from the same picture, but I just cut it up. And then this is like some cloud, you know what I'm saying? Like I just literally, and then on top of the space and the image, then I put the words, because then you can fill in. Or like one of the most recent ones I made, I had images of skeletons, and then I had images of like megaphones. So I put the megaphones coming out of the skeleton's mouth, and then I put words in the megaphone. You know what I'm saying? Like nice. I lay it like that, and it just naturally evolves, And then when I'm done with the words, then I like the Mod Podge, and I like to seal it. And yeah, so I've been expressing that way. Oh, okay. We do not need the now. Can you get down? No. Yeah, he's up here thinking I'm like watching him, and I'm not. Just turning on the garbage disposal. Say hi to Mama Tora.
Hey, baby. Did you miss me?
That means yes.
Did
Here,
you miss me?
why
I
don't
miss
you
you
sit on
so
my lap?
much.
Oh, we miss you.
Aw.
So yes, that's a little bit about my process. And also, a lot of those happenings happen once these little ones go to bed, and I'm
Right.
like in my nighttime fury. So
That's your time to express.
Yes.
I mean, I think for a lot of women artists with children, you know, that's kind of the process. It's until they get older and they can just do their own
Right.
thing, like my
or
daughter
until they
now.
can be doing their own crafts next to me doing my crafts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay, and let's talk about your poetry. So I want to just, you have such vast body of work, and so I hope that we can keep coming back to your work throughout the time. But I want to talk about the particular book. You already showed it. Can you show it to us again?
Oh yeah. My Earth.
My Earth.
Well, this is all of them, but yeah, this is the first one, the cover of the first one.
So My Earth. Tell me about that. What does that mean?
So, My Earth is a combination of things. I've always liked how within Mother Earth there's Ma and art, and I like that you can't have Earth without art. It's the same thing with like heart, right? And also like Ma'at is a deity or like basically like a characteristic of God from the ancient Kemetic or like what the West calls Egyptian. So Ma'at is like Libra or like the balance, and Ma'at represents justice and liberation and harmony. And so so Ma Earth comes from Ma'at and also Mother Earth, and how like I always like to. I heard once, you know how people are like, oh, the patriarchy, but then like they'll talk about the matriarchy, but really, I think it was an elder I heard that said it's not matriarchy, it's maatriarchy. Like it's about like matriarchy isn't about taking away power from men or like putting men in the same position that women have been in for centuries. Like it's not about that. It's about balancing and equilibrium and equity, you know. And I'm just like, yes, like harmony, like that's what I'm about. Like it doesn't matter what the system is called, you know. So so this first voice and that emerged is My Earth, and that name or like that breakdown like from Mother Earth to My Earth is in one of the poems in here, probably the longest one. So yeah, it came to me just in a free write, and then like I started, you know, just connecting more with that name and why it came to me, and so that's why I named that first voice My Earth, because all of the poems in this volume are either like for my children or for the children of Mother Earth or for my child self, or you know, like kind of something that I wish like a big sister would have told me, or you know, before I met you, you know what I'm saying, or like that I wish my mother would have told me, or you know, just holding space for the child in us all, but also having that like I'm not afraid to like say something that'll shake you up a little bit either, because I'm that type of mama, you know what I'm saying? And I think Mother Earth is like, she's like back, you know, she's like bodacious and full, and but like she'll give it to you know what I'm saying, like when they talk about
like right now.
right, like what happens in nature, like that ain't no joke, you know what I'm saying? That's not like, it's not always warm and cuddly, you know what I'm saying? So that's like the energy of a lot of these poems, and so that's why I put them together in that way, and I think that's why it's the first one.
Ori wants to get some screen time. So shiny. But it's great. I know it's a great. I think it's a great combination of. The book is a great combination of your work and your artistry and your poems. So, do you mind reading a few for us?
Yes, I would love to. Do you have any requests? Because you know some of my stuff, you know.
Yes.
I can read out of my earth, or I could
Yeah,
read like
I
one
think
from
I
each
think Out
voice.
of My Earth is relevant right now because
Okay.
I think everyone has the earth on their mind right now because that's
Mm.
kind of a time where we got a chance to rethink our own actions and what we're doing. So, if you have anything that you can read, I know that you have your favorite. So, let's start with that, and then I may have one request.
Okay. Okay. I'll start with the opening because for
Mhm.
each voice, I have like a little poem at the beginning. One second. Okay. My Earth, 104. Heritage. Okay, I'm gonna read right now, right? We gather to the north, south, east, and west. Fire, water, air. Where's ether? Here's some premonition for the flesh eaters. This be a letter and oracle for the sacred children. The youth run them, which is like saying, the youth, we run it, we run it. And the opening quote of My Earth is, in this garden, my heart is found, me. I'll read. I just saw one that I think, yeah, these ones, let's see. Ooh, this is pretty cool one. Ooh, this one's called Mother May I. Mother, may I change my ways. Mother, may I have 100 more days. I'm all alone and your children are hungry, locked away, scared of our own bodies. Mother, may I make a list? Water, prisons, conscious consuming, privilege, race, social media, capitalism, sexism, gender, technology. When do we change? When can people change? Does it begin with the individual? Must we be willing to give up our comfort? Yes. How can that possibly happen if so many are focused on the negatives, the hard parts, the sticky? When do we come into our personal responsibility? Where can we find the courage? Cowards. And that's from June of 2015.
That's so relevant, man. Like that is just right now. I feel like it just kind of hit exactly where it needs to
Right.
hit.
Right.
And you
I'm
wrote
like,
it.
wow.
You wrote it a while. When
Right.
did you write that?
2015. That was 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
See, I always think that artists are very in tune with just it's almost like they can tap into the present and the future and the past in all kinds of ways.
All in one, huh?
Yeah. All right. I have
Okay.
I know that a little one, I mean, it's a shorter one, but it's about youth. And
youth.
Yeah, I love that one.
I'll read that one. Let's see. Okay, here it is. I'll read both of the ones from these pages because these are the two shorties. Okay, so the first one is April 2016. Not up for sale or debate. I'm not asking for my freedom. My life is mine to take. So that's a little shorty. And then this is the one you're talking about. This is from May of 2016. Youth is not about age or looks like they want us to believe. It's about spirit. Youth belongs to those who know when to fight and when to nap. If your voice still sings of freedom and your mind could not be clubbed into dank submission.
Yeah. That's my favorite.
That's fun. Yeah. That dank submission.
That dank submission.
You're like,
I also know when to take a nap. That's kind of me. That's me.
In your chest.
All right.
Let's see. Oh, I think you'll like this one too. This is one of my Christy that runs Tricklebees. She likes this one. And she likes it's the watermelon page.
Yes, I know.
So,
that one is
so
good
all of each page is like some type of natural background, and it's all my own photography. So it's really it was such a nice. It was excruciating, that's for sure, but it was in the best way.
Well, I remember I was a witness to you making this book, so I'm so excited that it's.
Yeah, I think that's like my early onset arthritis. I'm gonna knock on wood. That might have done it. Okay, so this one's January 2017. Oh goodness. It's like 30 something degrees and these kids are out here without jackets on.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. What does my love look like if it's not for everyone? I can take out my. What does love look like if it's not for everyone? What does love look like if it's not for free? When did people forget about their infinite essence and become consumed with identity? What does love look like if I don't have it for... Want to see? You want to see?
Hey, baby.
What does love look like if I don't have it for cis white dudes? Who gets to judge another's oppression, black or blue? If all lives matter, who will be the eulogist? If black power scares you, your freedom will never exist. I want to be like the world, always pulsing and making space. Even if my children never thank me, we'll all end up in the same place. Whether it's at the ultimate end or infinite beginnings, we are all one, and I'll see you in the morning.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one, too.
So sweet. Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm trying to think what else. Well, I think that no one is coming is really powerful. I mean, I love
Yo,
it.
I just sent in my application for Concerat.
Oh, yeah, nice.
And I had to, part of the application, what's up, y'all? Are you hungry for real? You need to ask your mom if you can have ham. They go straight. But you need to ask first. But yeah, part of the application, I had to send in a voice recording of me reading one of my poems, and I read this one.
They want cheese. They really want cheese. Are you at your mom's house?
No, I'm at Sierra's house.
Oh, you're at Tierra's house. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't have Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Or a working smartphone. I'm also on her phone doing this.
Yeah.
It's a whole setup. You have to stage it.
Oh my goodness. That's awesome though. Thank you for doing that. I know it's been a...
I'm getting my own phone soon. Also internet. Like, I've just been in transition for a long time.
But it's good to cleanse that too sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Especially during this time where like everyone's like the internet's super saturated right now just with like energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been sensitive, period. And I can feel like I'm like, ooh. And then my phone broke like a couple weeks ago. And so I'm like, yeah, my spirit guides do not want me to be online right now. I'm like, it's like rapid for me. I can only get it when I'm like at somebody's house that has Wi-Fi.
Well, I don't even
that's only like
a lot of things. I just kind of focus on Kata right now and people. People, and I think that's a good, like, that's a cleansing for me in a way, because I don't, there's a lot going on. So.
And I didn't want to like contribute to it, and I also didn't want like my negativity or fear to be fueled in any way, so I needed to just,
Yeah.
But I'm glad mine just got eliminated for me, because I don't really have that discipline yet. That's why I'm like, I moved into a new house. I'm not going to have internet for a while, y'all. That's the only way I can, like, regulate myself.
That's good. It was meant to be that way.
Yeah. Okay, I think, I'll read No One Is Coming, and I think that could be a good closer.
Yes, for sure.
They're all coming in, and I'm getting a nod of the yes. That needs to be the last.
Yes.
Okay, let me wait 1 second. Are they going back out? Okay, I'm on my last one. They are going back. Yeah, you stay by me. You stay by me. Look at the dog.
Aw.
Okay.
And there's the dog.
Yes. A wolf dog. Okay. I'm going to read this quick before they come back.
Yes.
No one is coming. Someone should tell the pipeline that runs under Lake Michigan that no one is coming for it to plug it, heal our waters, and let our lives flow away. Someone should tell the believers that their Messiah ain't coming. If he could find you, how would he reach you? More cheese. The feminazis would find him on Facebook and tell him to stop taking up so much space. Someone should have told me that no one is coming. The closest thing to a knight in shining armor are people that call themselves niggas and trade their shields in for slugs. Someone should warn the youth that no one is coming to take their hands out of their phones. Our generation will gladly waste away if given enough glow. No one is coming, no one is coming, no one is coming to tell us to love our brothers because their pain is ours. No one is coming to give us our freedom wrapped in a bow and a pilgrimage to Africa in a box to go. If I can't save me, no one will. If I can't love me, no one will. If I can't heal me, no one will. And that's February 2016.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
And that's a good one to end with too. And
Yeah.
I think that's a great message. I mean, and it's been around for like I can see it circulating too. It's like it's your work. Do your work. Do your work.
Right.
You're in a work.
Mm.
So, well, I'm gonna let you go since
We're all inside now.
Oh my goodness, you guys are gonna have fun.
Yes.
Well, thank Tiara from me too, and send her my love.
All right, I will.
All right, I love you all.
I love you too.
Bye.
Peace. Bye, everyone.
Bye.